Hello everyone and welcome for this new tutorial. Today I wanted to go back a little bit into the landscape creation because last time we saw how to use PCG to actually add stuff in our landscape, but today I want to show you how to actually create a landscape, to have a nice landscape, how to use Landmass, how to use the water plugin, how to create a material for your landscape. We will do all of that today. Here is the result that we will have at the end of this video. We will only use free assets from Megascan. We will use that for the material, and we will use also the Megascan tree, the Megascan European tree. For today we will use landscape grass, and in the next video we will take this landscape that we have created together and use PCG to actually fill it up with stuff. And you will see, I will show you some more technique in PCG on the next video. If you don't want to miss it, you can smash the subscribe button, and if this subject interests you, you can smash the like button. And us, we will go in Unreal to start creating a landscape. Let's go. First of all, we will go into the plugins and we will activate the landmass. Yes, and we will activate the water plugin. We don't need the water extra. We just can go like that. And I will add PCG because we will need it for the next video. And I will restart now. When we actually activate the water plugin, we have a little message saying that collision profile setting do not include an entry, which is required for water collision. So we will go and you can go at the end of this error and do add entry to default engine.ini. We click on this and we can now close this. We will not have the error anymore. We will create a new map because we don't want to mess with this one. We will make a new level and we will go into the empty one. Now, as we always do, we go into the env.light mixer and we will create all of the light that we need for our scene. We will save this level, put it into the content folder. We will call this maps and we'll call this landscape map. Save that. And here we are. Now we can work with this. As you can see, I changed my layout for to work on Unreal. It's way easier. I have 3 monitors, so it's easier to have everything on the left for me with my control browser, the detail panel, and my outliner and the world settings. It's way easier. I can have a big screen, as you can see, with the landscape, with the game, with the viewport. And I will have one screen. If I want to work on the blueprint, I can use one screen to work with the blueprint, or work with materials and stuff like that. Now it's perfect. We need to create our landscape. To create landscape, we have into the selection mode, a landscape mode. So we'll activate this. I'll go back a little bit. And we can see now into the landscape panel that we are in the new because we don't have any landscape. We need to create one. And we can see that we don't have any material. So before creating our landscape, we will go and create our material. We'll go into the content browser. And in the content, we will do a new folder. We call this materials. And we right click and create a new material, which is going to be m_landscape. We can open this. We'll need it later. I will just put this here. Okay. And now in my landscape creation, I can add my material. So I will do m_landscape. Perfect. I will leave everything as it is. If you want a bigger landscape, you can mess with the landscape settings. We will make a simple landscape for now. We will keep it like that. I will click on create. Now, as you can see, we have a nice landscape. So it's pretty blank because we didn't work with the material yet. And I will go into my material landscape. We will get some asset from Quixel Bridge. So we click on add and we have here the add Quixel content. Choose that. It will probably ask us to sign in. Okay, so here is the Quixel Bridge. I will go into surfaces and I will go into the grass. And let's get something that's gonna look nice. This mossy grass looks kinda nice. I kind of like this one. Me, it's already downloaded, so I will go into the highest quality. And if it's not downloaded, you can download it. Me, I will add it. Here it is, and I will get something for not grass. I would like some ground like this. Which one will I take? Nordic forest looks kind of nice. Let me see, no. I want to make some road. Forest path looks pretty good. I already downloaded, so you can download it, then add it to the project. Okay, we're good to go now. Let's get back to our landscape material. First, we will click on our landscape and we will change. We will plug this use material attribute. Because you use material attribute, it will be easier and less messy than using the base color, metallic and stuff like that. So to use the material attributes, we will use the set material attributes. This one. And in here we can set which setting we want to change with our material attribute. So I will use the base color, we will use the normal, and probably the roughness. We'll go with this. Now we can import our texture. So I will do texture sample and we'll get our grass. Okay, we'll use this. Then we'll need another one, Ctrl+D to duplicate. So I have my normal and my base color. Put this into the base color, this into the normal. And then I will duplicate again this texture sample and I will use the ORD. So I will use my texture and I will use the green for the roughness. Now we have the grass. To make it clean, we will go in here and we will use the reroute node. So add named reroute declaration node. You'll see. I will name this grass layer. I will change the color to get something green for the grass. Okay. And now I can use this thing everywhere I want. If I go there and I do grass layer, I can actually use it and connect it to something. So I will connect it here. I will save and now we will see the landscape. The landscape have changed and we have now, if I play it, some nice grass. As you can see, as the texture is small, we can see the texture repeating on the landscape. So we need to mess it up a little bit. We will use a very simple node. Okay, so we need to add some variation to our texture. So we use the texture variation. Right click and choose texture variation, this node. It's a very big node. And we will use the shifted UV. I will plug in here. I will save to make sure that Unreal doesn't blow up. Sometimes it go crazy. I plug it here. Okay. We go one by one. And we'll plug it in here. If we go back to our landscape, it's very bad now. As you can see, we cannot see the texture repeating everywhere. But we can see sometimes the seams. Like in here, we can see the seams. To improve this, we will just need to go into our texture sample and we will use this. Into the MIP value mode, we will need to use the derivative. Explicitly compute the sample DDX and DDY for anisotropic filtering. We will use this because in our texture variation, we have the DDX and DDY. We can plug them. Let's hope Unreal doesn't crash. Okay, perfect. We'll do the same for the other texture. Use derivative. Up. DDX and DDY. Don't crash, please. Okay. Let's do it here also. Derivative. And we plug DDX and the DDY. We will save. And now, if I go back to my landscape, the seams are way harder to find. As you can see, we have a lot of variation in our landscape. We cannot see the texture anymore, so it's very good. Okay, that's perfect. Now we'll do the same and create a dirt layer. So we'll do the exact same thing. We'll use the set material attribute with 3 texture samples. I will just duplicate them. I will just add a reroute node, add the named reroute node in here. That's gonna be our dirt layer. I will just put it brown, something brownish like this. Okay, that's my dirt layer. And I will just change the texture with the one I choose from Megascan. Maybe this. This one will be the normal. And this one will be the ORD texture. Okay, perfect. Now we have a nice dirt layer. We need to blend between both of them to be able to choose which texture we want in our landscape. So to blend them, we will use the blend material attribute. Blend material attributes. With this, we can blend two layers with an alpha. We'll get our dirt layer with the reroute node. Hop. Okay, like this, and we will use a landscape layer sample. We'll call this grass. Plug this in. We'll save. We'll go into the landscape mode, and if I go into the paint, we can see that we have our grass in here. So we will need to create a non-weight blended layer. We'll save it, and I forgot to plug this in here. Don't forget to plug this, because we should have some dirt, and then with the layer sample we'll add some grass into the landscape. Okay, so if I press Shift, I can actually paint some forest ground or dirt. Let me see the texture. The texture looks pretty bad actually. Okay, we'll just do something. We'll go into our landscape material. And in the dirt, in the base color, we will just multiply it with something like 0.5 to make it a little bit darker, because I found it a little bit white. Let me see now. Still, let's go with 0.2. I'm gonna change the texture because I don't like it. That's good with Quixel, we can just change it pretty fast. We'll go into Quixel, into the surface. We'll go into the ground. Okay, we'll try with the rocky forest floor. I'll go into the highest quality, and I will download this. And now we can add it. Okay, let's use it into our material. Okay, so it's looking a little bit better now. Let me see, in the dark. We'll go back into our landscape material, and I would like to use all of the feature of my ORD texture. So I will go into the set material, and I will choose displacement and the ambient occlusion. I will just put them in the good place. The red channel of the texture will be the ambient occlusion. The green channel of the texture will be the roughness, and the green channel will be the displacement. We will do that. We'll do the same for our dirt. At 2, we will choose ambient occlusion and displacement. Ambient occlusion first, then roughness, then displacement. The red channel ambient occlusion and the blue channel displacement. Let's see how it looks in the landscape. Look a little bit better. You can see that we have now kind of a nice result with the displacement and everything. Sorry, my camera just shut down for no reason. Now let's get back to it. You can see that I put the ambient occlusion, the roughness, and the displacement. So now it's looking way better. We have a very nice landscape material. And we can use this now with the landmass to actually paint some stuff. So let's save it. We will go back into the paint and we just paint everything to be grass. Up. Perfect. We're going to the sculpt now to sculpt our landscape. Just improve this a little bit to go a little bit faster. If I go up, this is our landscape. We could actually use the sculpt brush to actually sculpt our landscape, but that will take forever to do it like that. We'll use the blueprint landscape brush. It should be way easier, it should be random, and we will go into the blueprint. So into the blueprint brush, we will choose the custom brush landmass. Now we can click anywhere on the landscape, and we can see that it's creating a little pyramid. We can move it around. We can make it bigger if we want. We can just click on it up. If I click on the spline point, I can move it. I can move it around. And I can also add some points. Just make this like here. And if I press Alt, I can drag and I will create more points. For example, we'll make something like that. As you can see, we have some kind of mountain, but it's very bad for now. I will go into the selection mode and I will go into the detail. I will select my custom brush and we can change a lot of data inside. First, we will go into the fall off. We will do cap shape. And now, if I move it up, we can see that we actually have something like that. It will be flat and the fall off will be on the side only. We can change the angle a little bit, maybe something as 20. We can go into the displacement and we will add some displacement. Where I put 500 into the displacement I, like that. Maybe the fall off will lower it up. This to 500. And we will just extend everything to take our entire landscape. Let's get back on our landscape, we will see how it looks. So it's looking pretty nice. We don't have a flat landscape anymore, we have some little bump everywhere. There is a little bit more life in our landscape, as we can see. I will go in here like that, probably. I would like to have a river maybe crossing like this. You know, like here it will be our starting zone. There a little river blocking the player from crossing it. A little bridge, maybe that will unlock after the tutorial in here. With a little lake, maybe there, lake. With some forest stuff. We will see. We'll do something like that. Let's add a river. We'll add a river in here. To add the river, we can go into the place actor. We have this little button to place some actor. We just click on it and type water. We can see that we have a lot of water stuff. We have the water body island, water body lake, water body ocean, and the water body river. We need the river. We'll take this and it's gonna create a river automatically. We see it's preparing the shader. And here is our nice little river. I would like the river to start from there. Then I will get this point and put it here. This one there. Let's make something nice. Okay, here will be our nice river. Let me just put this like that to make something more round. To actually change the width, we can click into our water body river, and by pressing this button, we will select all the spline points. And here into the water, we have river width. And we can increase this. For example, 5000. We have a very big river now. I will increase the river depth also because it's very small. That's very deep. Let's change that. Like this. It's nice. I will maybe put the river a little bit down. And we'll change the fall off in here. I find it a little bit too strong in here, the fall off settings. We'll do 800 into the edge offset. And in the fall off tree, maybe 2000. We can increase this. Let me see how it looks. There it's looking very bad. here. Okay, we have our nice and strong river. We can see that it's going pretty fast, the water. So it's kind of frightening for our player. And for example, we'll ask him to find some wood to be able to fix the bridge or something like that. Like whatever gameplay we want to add to that. Let me change the settings to be able to go inside. The collisions are messed up. Water body collision. We will change the collision preset to water body collision. Do we want to step on it? Nope. Let's check. Okay, so let's stop like that. Otherwise we'll spend forever working with our river. We'll stop like this. We have a nice river. Now something that we can actually do is change the material under the river. Now we have the grass, but we don't have grass in a river, so we'll change that. We want to change the material and add some dirt under the river. I would like to add some river material. Okay, we'll try this. Patchy seaweed. We took highest quality, we'll download. We'll see how it looks in our river. Here we can add now, and we'll go back into our landscape material. We will create a new material attribute. Up. This. Okay. We'll use our new texture. And we'll create a reroute name. For this. Underwater layer. Very simple. Up. We'll put something like bluish as it is for the water. Now we can use another blend material attribute. We get our underwater layer, plug it into B, create landscape layer sample, call this underwater, plug it into the alpha, and here we are. Close this, let's go into our landscape. You can see that it's not showing in our landscape. That's a bug that we can find in Unreal. It's always bugging like that. I will just go on the landscape. I will remove the landscape material. I will clear and I will choose it again. It should be working if I go into the landscape. Now we can see the underwater. We'll create a non-weight blended layer. If I click it, I can actually... That was way too big. Can actually use this texture, and this texture is very bad. We'll see how does it look in the river. Maybe with the bluish stuff when we are in the river it will look good, but I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just get some mud, it should be easier. Okay, we'll get some mud. Let's do surface, mud, dirty soil. That's good, we'll use the dirty soil, we download, we can add it now. Okay. I will replace the texture into the landscape material. Let's check how it looks. Okay, it looks better. I just want... We just make it a little bit darker by changing... By multiplying this by 0.1. It will be darker. And that looks pretty good. As we'll put that into the water, it's looking like some kind of mud stuff. Let's put back our grass. Now to automatically change the material under the river, we will go into the water brush manager first, and we will plug this affect WeightMap. Press true. And now into our water body river, if we go into the layer WeightMap settings, we can add something. We'll open this and we will choose in here underwater. And if I do that, if I go into the water, we can see that it's not grass anymore, it's our underwater layer that we are using. I'm going a little bit too fast. It changed the layer in the river. Let me just go into the game. As you can see, it's not grass anymore in the water. We can see a little bit on top of the water of the river that it's a little bit brownish and it's looking way better. If we go inside, we can see that there is no grass, it's just the underwater layer now. Now we'll add some grass into our landscape to make it a little bit better. We'll use the landscape grass. First of all, we will go into the Quixel content and we will add the grass. We'll type grass and you will see what we can use. We use the grass clumps. We'll take high quality, we'll download it and we'll add it to the project. Let's check how does it look. Okay. There's no wind. Let me enable some wind so that it looks better. Why is it looking so bad? Let's check how it looks in the landscape. So we have our grass mesh. We'll create a new folder. Call this foliage. And we'll create a new landscape grass type. This LG for landscape grass underscore grass. And now we can add some grass variety. First will be the grass mesh. We'll use our grass mesh. We will leave everything as default for now. Now we'll go in our landscape material. Use the landscape grass output with our landscape grass. And we can use this landscape layer sample grass. On the layer grass, we will add this landscape grass. Plug it in, we'll save it, will add the grass everywhere. Let's see how it looks. Looks pretty bad. Okay, to make our landscape better, we'll use the open world demo collection because the grass in the Quixel Megascan, it's pretty bad. So we'll use the open world demo collection, we'll add it to the project. We'll do show all project because our project is on 5.3. When we select it, it will say that it's not compatible with 5.3. We don't care, we put 5.2. It's gonna add it. Okay, so we will go and now into the kite demo, we have the foliage that we want. This grass is better than the one that we had. So we'll change that. To the foliage, we'll change this to this one. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna enable nanite for this grass. Okay, so it's looking way better. As you can see, the frame rate is not very good because if we check, if I go for example there, we can see that all of the grass is doing the wind stuff and we actually do not need to have the grass doing the wind stuff when it's that far from the character. Because the character cannot actually see that the grass is moving there, but it's moving in the game. That's using a lot of resource. And to change that, we will go into our landscape grass and we will change the instance world position offset disable distance. And we can put something like 2000 to check. And we'll see our frame rate. We're gonna get way better frame rate. For example, we are at 60 FPS and it looks like nothing has changed. If we check somewhere like here, we can see that it's not moving. But when you will be in the game, you will not very much see it. You see? Here it's not moving. But we cannot really pay attention about it. When we check next to us, we think there it's moving. So it's looking pretty good. Maybe we'll increase the size. Something like this. It's very good. Maybe we can lower this. We have some very nice grass now. The thing is, as you can see, we still have some grass under the water because I forgot to change something into the landscape material. We'll go into our landscape material, and here we need to subtract the layer underwater because everything is with grass is everywhere, but we need to subtract everything that is from the underwater so that the grass will not spawn underwater. This will do simple subtract, get this and do that, and now there will be no more grass under the river. As you can see, there is no more grass. There is a little bit of grass there because I actually need to change the height map. So in the water body river, we have made this underwater. Actually, reset everything. And we check that there is no grass underwater. And it's very good now. But if I go there, we can see we have our river. We have the grass that goes until the river. I don't know why this grass is doing weird stuff. Let me just change the fall off. Okay, that's way better. If I go there, we can see we have our river. We have the grass kind of everywhere. We can now go ahead and add the lake that I wanted to add. We choose into here lake. We'll add the lake somewhere there. It's somewhere like here. So with our lake, we need to make the underwater like the river. We will go into the water body lake and we have the land layer weight map settings. We'll do the same. We'll do underwater. And we just change the edge offset. That's maybe a little bit too much. I'll change the fall off angle to something like 20. Let's add some noise. It's better now. If I go there, we can see that we have our nice lake. We can see that there is way too much wave in the lake. So we'll change that. If I go there, I will go into the maps and I can right click and go into the water and we can create a water wave. This water wave landscape. And we can change the wave. For example, the amplitude, I will lower the amplitude. The mean amplitude will be very low, and the max amplitude, for example, if I put this, we have a very calm wave. Now we can go into the water body lake and we can change the wave with our own water wave. And now, if if I start the game, we have a very nice lake, and I just need to change the collision preset. I don't know why my collision preset is all messed up. Water body collision. And now we have a nice little lake that we can actually roam around inside. But it's looking very good. I would just like to change something because it's very bright. We can say that it's very bright. We'll use a post-process volume. And the post-process volume, anywhere in this place, we will search for infinite extend, so it will work everywhere. And we'll go into the exposure. And on the exposure, I would like to remove the min and max EV. We see now it's looking better. We don't have that strong light coming from the sky. And now we'll show you something that we can actually do. We'll create a road. To create a road, there is multiple ways. One of the simple ways is to use a landscape brush. We'll go into the landscape and into the sculpt. We'll create a new layer. We'll call this layer a road path, or just road. And we'll use blueprint and we'll use the custom brush landmass. Make sure you have click on the road layer. Click anywhere. Now we have our little pyramid. We will change that. We'll go into the selection mode. We will go in our outliner. We will change the name. Alors, let's find it. Is this one? We will change the name to road path. Road path brush. We will go into the fall off. We will cap the shape to have something flat. Then we'll probably reduce the angle to something like 20. And now we'll go into the brush type. And in the brush type, we will use line mesh. Now we will change. We can do the same thing as we did with the water layer. We can actually paint some layer. So we'll go and we'll choose grass. And in the final opacity, if we put 1, that means we want some grass. But if I put -1, that means that we don't want grass on our spline, on our brush. Now we have something that looks like a road. Can actually move it around. Maybe I will change because it's very dark now. Let's go into the material. And here we put 0.2. We put maybe 0.6. It's looking pretty good. Let me see if I add my character in the road. The road looks very nice. And we can see that we have something flat that we can work with now. Let's make it a little bit smaller and we will start the road somewhere there. Start the road at the end and we'll make a simple road. That is gonna go from the beginning to the river and then we will place like a village somewhere there. Let's just change the road. Let's change the scale. It's at 20. Maybe we want something like 10. That's better for a road. Let's add the character to see how does it look. It's even a little bit big for a road. But we'll go with this. The only thing that I need to change is the mesh length. I will lower it so that there will be more mesh everywhere. So the mesh length is smaller, so we'll add multiple mesh between 2 points. We'll add multiple mesh. Make sure that everywhere it's looking good. Start like this. and we can press Alt to add a new point. We'll go until the river, make sure we don't break that river. Okay. Now it's blending very nicely, you can see. We have the road, we have the layer of the underwater for the river, and it's blending very nicely. And we have the grass on the side. So a very nice road. I will make it a little bit smaller, maybe something like 6 and 6. I will make this one going down a little bit. So here we have a simple road with the grass going into the road because it's a very old road. And it's looking pretty good. It's going until the river. We'll go until the river. We will add a little village there on the side that you will be able to visit. We'll be able to add like a bridge from here to here. We need to be in the landscape mode to duplicate the brush. We have the road brush there. We can right click, duplicate. We can move it. Let's get there. And we can, for example, create a road from the river to the lake. And then we could be able to create a new road. Let's duplicate the road. And now we could maybe shift this like that to create some path to go somewhere. Like for example there we could have another village or a place to go like in the mountain, something like that. We'll maybe add a little bridge just for fun. Okay, we'll accept. And now we have some kind of bridge, which looks pretty bad, but we don't really care. It's just to show you, and it's looking pretty good. I will just add some tree with PCG, like in 2 seconds, just to have something and just to have a nice landscape. Okay, so our landscape is looking pretty good. We have some good performance. You can actually see when I'm actually playing the game, there is a texture streaming pool over 144 megabytes. It's because the texture that we use for the landscape, it's very heavy as they are from Megascan, from the Quixel Bridge. We actually need to use the virtual texture. So we will do that in another video. Oh, we have some weird stuff going on there. I will fix them. I will do that in another video if you want to see that. We have a very nice landscape. We have a lake, a river, we have some road. We have the grass. We could actually add some flower. We have the tree. Everything is there. On the next video, we will see how to add the tree like I did with PCG to prevent them from being in the road and being inside the lake and the river. I will show you how to do that in a nice way. That's it for today. I hope you like this video. We actually created a nice landscape. We have a nice material for the landscape. We have some grass, we have the tree. We actually added some road. We have a nice bumpy landscape. It's not a flat landscape. We have a river, we have a lake. Everything is there to make some kind of game. On the next video, we will see how to use PCG like we did on the last video. Make sure that nothing goes into the lake, into the river, and on the road. We will do that in a nice way. So if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe. It will be very helpful. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.